Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a long time, I know. Sorry for the lack of content, but it's been winter in the UK. So I've just got back from a 6-week holiday in Australia and New Zealand. You might be able to tell from my Formula 1 top what I did over in Australia. But as we all know, if you leave a BMW alone, not moving at all, it'll break. So that's what we're doing today, guys. Fixing this piece of So as all good BMW owners know, if you leave one alone, they don't like it. They tend to just break due to neglect. So I came back from a 6-week holiday and this thing had been sat down the road with the handbrake on, and upon trying to pull away, everything was seized. Like all brakes, all round, completely stuck. So with the fronts, I noticed they were grabbing a little bit. They seemed to ease up, but the more you drove it, the hotter they got, and the more they seemed to stick on. You could feel it while pulling away. So that's not good, is it? Going to be investigating those today, hopefully fixing it. I've got a couple of parts lined up ready. But first, I need to change out of my white top, because otherwise that'll be ruined on day one of wearing it. So let's go change. Right, so now we're appropriately dressed for working on brakes, getting black dust everywhere. We've got the rear in the air, so we are currently not in gear, no handbrake on. You should happily spin, which they do. Yeah, so rear brakes, happy when they're not binding. Right guys, the wind's picked up, sorry if there's any noise. Front left in the air. Spins beautifully. See our front right. It's definitely sticking a bit more, you can see him stop. I've got to put a lot more effort through him. Just to twist him. That one there might be the one that's binding, which would explain why this disc is nice and clean. But we're going to take them off. We've got 2 new calipers anyway, and new slide pins and all of that. Right then guys, so the wheels are off. See this side, quite easy to move by the disc. Go around to the other side. Front right. A lot more difficult to move this one. These BMWs, couple of 7mm Allen keys on the back, top and bottom. Take the carrier off, there's a big, it's like a 16 or so, 17 maybe. One top and bottom again, brings off this carrier bracket here. And that's pretty much it. And you'll be able to swap the pads out. Swap. So these ones shouldn't be too tight. I don't think they're that tight in the book. There we go. So this should come off. It's stuck on something now. There we go. So you can't really see that, so I'm just using these pliers as a little bit of a leverage on the other side. Should definitely come out a bit easier than this though, that's for sure. Usually get a screwdriver, but I didn't bring one out with me. Okay. There we go. You can see all the crap coming out of here as well, the brake dust, and still fucking stuck. This definitely seems like our problem child, I'll tell you that much. There we go. That little knock should have bastard. So you can see how that's grabbing onto the disc and not really releasing. He's definitely stuck, isn't he? About leverage. Hopefully I can get away with reusing all this nonsense. Oh, yeah. go, right. That was a pain. Right then guys, you didn't see that, but as these pads came out, so did little stones, which, you know, it's not ideal. Can't see that. It's a good sized little stone came out of there. Another one came out and dropped down. Yeah, it's not what you want in your brakes, is it, little stones? No idea where they came from, but pads look alright, to be honest. A few scratches down them. The camera, there you go, camera picked those up. Just some pulling off the disc, but they actually don't feel too bad, so I'm going to reuse those hopefully. So I've no idea how they got stones in there. Alright then guys, so the caliper's off. Ah, it's heavy. There we go. As you can see, it's pretty crispy. Doesn't look the worst though. But as I've got some more calipers that were remanufactured pretty cheap from Halfords of all places, I was going to change it anyway, to be honest. Two new sets of calipers, some of these new rubbers go on there as well, make sure they're nice and neat. And from our, I say friends, they don't know who I am, I only ordered stuff from them like 3 times. Oh god. From our friends at Big Red Calipers up in Worcester, we've got 10 quid, new slide pins, new rubbers all round, new little end caps, and some grease. For 10 quid, that's not bad. Next day delivery pretty much on these as well, 24-hour Royal Mail. Give them a shout if you need anything. I found that they stock more brake parts than Euro car parts do. These calipers, £120 each from Euro car parts, 40 quid surcharge, so you got to send your old ones back in to get your 40 quid back. Or you can buy it from Halfords, which I don't openly endorse anything from Halfords, but the secret is their parts are supplied by Euro car parts. And these from Halfords, £36 a caliper I paid. No surcharge, no returning of old parts, just 36 quid each. Which, to be honest, 2 calipers, absolute steal, I have to say. Alright then guys, 14mm on here, just cracked it loose. Obviously can't undo it because it's attached to this, which is attached to the car. So I need to spin the caliper off rather than the other way around. So I need to now unbolt the caliper from the car. So now that this is loose, we can just start. Sorry camera, there you go. Yeah, now that this is loose, we can just wind it off here. Because you don't want to bend this hose at all, or it's damaging it. There we go. So now we just wind this one back on, which is always not as easy as you think it ever should be, as you can probably tell, just because it's really hard to hold and spin. There we go, right. This one's been wound on, just hand tight for now, so we're just gonna nip them up tight with our little tool again. I'm going to bolt him back onto here just for good luck. Right then guys, just to really annoy you, Big Red supply these with a Torx bolt on them, not a 7mm Allen key. So T40, if you're getting those, the easiest thing in the world to install, now that everything's greased, clean, new. 14mm brake pipe spanner on here, just want to nip it up, not too tight, don't want to damage it or anything. Yeah, I got a friend come over later, we'll bleed these just by pumping the pedal, releasing the nipple like usual, a little tweak on the nipple there. Good to check these pipes after, make sure they haven't twisted. That's no MOT failure if these are twisted in the UK. But mine look pretty straight, not twisted around. And we can now release our little pliers that we put on there, just to stop all the fluid leaking out. Obviously when we take the caliper off, then we don't want everything just to piss out the bottom, do we? Anyway, cheers for watching guys. I will catch you next time on Keith's Garage. Make sure you give it a like, subscribe, tell your friends.